How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be having a look at how to make money starting from zero. So we're going to be using this Honda Civic behind us, and the way you can do that is by buying it from the Brand Central. It costs about $55,000. You might be able to find it in the used car dealership from time to time, but you can also get it from the Mission Centre completely for free. All you have to do is complete the second card, Beyond the Horizon, and just get bronze. You don't have to get gold on all of these, just get bronze in these and you'll get the Honda Civic. Now the only money you are going to have to spend is on upgrading it. So I need to get the tuning parts to get it up to the level. So, tuning for this car, you want racing medium tyres, fully customizable suspension, fully customizable diff, racing transmission, ECU, you'll want the high RPM turbo, racing intercooler, filter, silencer, exhaust, brake discs, brake pads, you'll want the brake controller, and you'll want the permanent mods of the engine balance tuning, polished ports, titanium connecting rods, and weight reduction 1, 2 and 3. Now, with the exact setup, you can see here I've got 95, 100, anti-roll bars 5 and 5, damping compression I've got 35 front and rear, expansion 45 front and rear, natural frequency is 3.0 and 3.25 at the rear, negative camber is 2.5 at the front, 2.0 at the rear, tail angle I like to run 0.1 out at the front and 0.2 in at the rear. I generally do that with all my cars. Maybe I've done something wrong, but it works well for me. Initial torque at 10, acceleration 40 and braking at 10. You can adjust these a little bit lower if you prefer, but this is just where I like things. The downforce is at minimum 30 at the front, 100 at the rear, 100% power. I've put the ballast at 200 just because you may have noticed this is a BTCC livery, so to keep in theme with the British touring cars regulations, I'm keeping the car over 1200 kilos. So I'm just making it more difficult for myself. You don't need to run any ballast at all. You can run it completely without ballast and you'll still be within the performance points. Once you're there, all you need to do now is brake controller all the way +5 to the rear. It's going to help your tyre wear a little bit, and that's about it.
Now, just a quick one about the livery. I've chosen this livery because it's based off of a BTCC car, One Motorsport car. They have just announced that racing driver Jade Edwards is moving into the team mid-season as part of a little shuffle. So I've gone and put her numbers and name on the car, but you can find this livery and plenty of others by looking in the showcase under BTCC. Now back to the video.
Now, as usual, we're going to head over to Europe, Le Mans Series and the Touring Car 700. Now, as we go straight into the race, I'm going to go into power 3. And I am going to upshift a little bit earlier in this car, just to make sure that we get to the end of that 3. Kilometer 3 should last us 3 laps, which would mean that in a half-hour race we will end up doing 2 stops. can see the rain is coming in, so you are going to have to look at the weather and make your decisions based on that. We've got a little bit of rain coming in. Not too much, so I think we'll stay out for this last lap. So I've got the fuel to last one lap. We'll see how the situation is in about 4 minutes time. Now the rain seems to have held off mostly, so let's keep to the slick tyres there. But on the box now. Fresh mediums on. They're not going to get to the end of the race. No, I've got a choice here. We'll keep going with another 3 laps and then one last sprint. Or we can fill up 2 laps of fuel and then another 2 laps of fuel. So we've got options. We'll keep the fuel mode mix 3. But we've got 4 more laps to do. So I think I'm going to make another pit stop. I'm in lap 6, so I'm going to get 2 laps of fuel in. Maybe just above, just to give me a bit of leverage. So 71%. As long as you've got 1. Okay, so end of lap 5. I'm pitting in again. I'm going to keep these tyres, I'm just going to fuel up to the end of the race, and we should be good. Yes, just another top up of fuel again like last time, should get us to the end. Right, and this is it. 7 laps completed, 28 seconds in the lead. There we go. And it's that simple. Finished with a 4 minute and 9 seconds. So this car is no slouch, even with 200 kilos of ballast. It's not bad at all. There we go, 825 grand.
So with this method, you will make your money back in 1 race, and you'll still have 500,000 credits in profit. So it's quite a good way of making money, especially if you don't have much to start with. You will need about 250,000 credits to get the upgrades to set up this car. But if you just grind a couple of races, any race early on in the game, you can make that money fairly easily. And then it's just a case of making 825,000 every 30 minutes. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good early game kind of money making method, whether you've just bought the game or if you don't have much money at all. So yeah, now talking about the weight balance of the car, I was running like an extra 200 kg of ballast, so that this car that I'm running was closer in line to what the British touring cars race in real life. You absolutely do not need to do that. You see, you can take all of that ballast off. Your car will feel a lot faster in the straights and around the corners. The car did also feel quite oversteery on entry into every corner. You probably saw me struggling a little bit from time to time. and you just don't get that when you take the ballast off. You don't get that the car's super smooth and easy to drive. It just gets a little bit sketchy when you put all of that ballast on. And of course I've got no rear downforce, so the rear end is trying to kick out quite a lot, which if you can control it, can make the car quite pointy and kind of quite quick, but still you're still running around with 200 kg ballast, so if I can still win the race with that, then I'm sure this race is fairly easy without the ballast. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Always let me know if there's any improvements I can make, any constructive criticism. I'm always happy to make each video a little bit better, even just by 1%, and hopefully a year or two down the line I should have some better videos. So yeah, all the best. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.